Hello. The time is 7:13 a.m., April 17th, 2025. I was certainly poisoned. It was certainly because I touched the camera app. And I raced because you run that fast. I actually drag it out by explaining what's happening. There's some of this gas, this chemical weapon. You don't have time to do that, dude, unless I've explained how horrifying it is. And then it all comes gushing out, and then I can't say why I went so fast, but I come running back in here. I can't talk about what I'm saying is I can't talk about the house. I can't talk about the house. So I came back in here as fast as lightning. I washed my hands in here and so on and so forth, and sat back down. So clearly the poison does not work like it's supposed to. It's supposed to paralyze a person. This is nothing to take lightly. It's supposed to, oh, I've heard it. They slide down the wall, they thump, they all faint. Oh yeah. It gets really quiet. I'm the only one sprinting around going diarrhea. And I'm fucking terrified for my cats. I'm terrified for the good guys. You know, because you know that it affects other people differently than you. You care. I'm a loving person. Okay. All right. So this looks a little different, but I drew it the best because I should have drawn it a little different. It has more of a flat top. It's like a definite curve, a little bit more of a flat top. So you'll understand why I say that when I tell you what it does. I was definitely poisoned, for the record. I'd like to not be repeatedly poisoned. Thank you very much, mutant fucking retards. That's for the mouth. Yeah. Hey, yeah. I'm working. Yeah, cannibal. Yeah. 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 I'm American. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so this is being used on Americans. I'm so fucking glad. Pentagon people, now remember the highest ranks, so there's a reason. This isn't quite plastic. I couldn't quite make out what this is, but it has a ribbed end to grab it and shove it in someone's mouth, so it's really large. It's about 3 inches width. It's big enough to put in someone's mouth, okay? So they can't, it has a little bit more of a weird shape, so they can't bite down on that. And this, you cram it in their mouth, okay? That holds a, I don't have a word. Let's slow down because obviously the word problem. If I slow down, it's a little bit better with word recall. Let me slow down. But the mufflers and the poison do not help that problem. I used to have no problem like this, but constant poison, terror, and everything has caused a serious problem with talking. It's very embarrassing. Okay, that goes in the mouth. When they do it, they have plastic gloves on. That goes in the mouth. Has rubber ends. They're like brown rubber ends. Something, you can hear all the construction men. I know. These people, they're Mexican thugs and they're American terrorists that are here. Do not think this kind of stuff will ever happen to them. No. They can just keep using chemical weapons and bioweapons and bombs and organ harvesting and cannibalism and chopping up bodies and Russian weapon systems that are serious up there with, like, forget about it, man. That's one of the really highest ranks you've got. Double major math, double major science, something like serious, dude. They're double majors. What I mean by this is I wanted to be a double major. I could have, I'm smart enough. But they got the degree first, some sort of PhD, and then they went and got another one after. And they make these really high ranking weapons systems. That's what they're qualified to do. They have the skill set, they have the IQ. The people I'm talking about are really good people. It's to defend people, it's to protect their country, not to just use it senseless. Okay, but we got a whole bunch of Mexican drug cartel thugs and Americans getting this shit used on them because they took weapon systems like that all for themselves and they think nothing's going to happen to me. All right, so we got Pentagon officials who are just as stupid. I'm almost certain it was them, but I can't know who. This goes in the mouth. The agent who uses it covers their hands with plastic, goes in the mouth, shove it in so that they can't talk, and then you can get that in there. This thing is about 4 inches long, has rubber, like brown rubber ends, like you see at a dental office. It's a little bit more of a flat head, but it has an extending curve. And what this thing is for is to shove, once this is in the mouth, they can't bite down, you shove that into there. There's a liquid that goes in here. This is hollow tube. It goes right back into the throat, past the tonsils, and all the liquid goes into them. They can't spit it out. They have nothing they can do but swallow it. And at that point, you can get them to make any confession you want. You could put them with poison, but this, you're gonna poison someone, it's much easier to do it a different way. I can testify to that. They have their hands here full of lots of poisons. And good agents don't tend to poison people, but if you have to defend yourself, you've got to defend yourself. Remember what I'm talking about with combat. And once a group of military people declare war on you, well, then game on. It's not a game, motherfuckers. All right, the Americans, taking over. They think this is winning. I'm a winner. This is sad, dude. And then they invite all their little wives and all their little cousins and all the girls from the mall, dress them up like soldiers and come fight, we're gonna win. The Ukrainians do it too. All the women die, all the women are mutilated and they scratch their heads and wonder why. Okay, so that is for the mouth. That is for the liquid, it goes in. And once that's in the body, it doesn't take very long. The liquid that came in here and squirted out past the tonsils, you can get them to tell you anything. And that's where we're at, folks. And that's the kind of crap that happens to you when you engage in warfare, that you're just not at that level. And that's why I hide in my room. Because I'm not trying to, these people know like massive combat and they know all these things. There's good and there's very evil, and I hide from people who are evil, like you know I do, okay? I have demonstrated on a daily basis I'm resistant to toxic chemicals, but I'm not demonstrating that. I'm gonna try to find myself with 2 very trained government assassins. No, I'm not trying to find myself facing that all of a sudden by surprise. That wouldn't happen with Jesus. He has me here for a reason. I think I've demonstrated over the years. I can't exclude my own Jesus factor, okay? If you want to exclude it and not listen to it, that's your choice. I don't care. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just saying my Jesus factor is what I do. So here you go. Here's my testimony. Jesus wouldn't have brought me around government assassins if not a strong reason to bring me around government fucking assassins. They do come here and they go for individuals, like I said yesterday, who bring military gear that they have no right to bring to a United States house. And as soon as the Mexican guy, I saw his car, as soon as he goes in and brings it in, the Russian guy waiting for him was assassinated. But this isn't just what they do. They got to some of these FBI, or it's definitely that. I'll describe the person. More likely Pentagon, and it could have been anywhere in America. Jesus won't tell me, although that irritates me because I could know that in a hot second, where and what and all that, but they cannot know. And they got to him. It was a man. He had blonder, sandy blonde hair. He had bangs like sandy Kurt Cobain type hair. He had tanner skin. He could have been Ukrainian, could have been Russian with the tanner skin, blue eyes. He's a neo-Nazi, but he was an American. They got to him and they got massive information out of him by shoving that in his stupid American mouth and giving him that liquid that you squeeze it in. Now, these are very evil people. But that's why they're pissed, okay? Because these very capable, evil people are not going to go down for these fucking Americans. So I hope you view this and you can hear them, boom, bang, bang. They start up after they poison me. We're here today again. Oh, I'm forbidden from talking about the Mexican drug cartel. And I'm forbidden from talking about the Americans that want to come and crawl on the walls, crawl outside on the scaling the walls, in and out, okay? That want to crawl on the roofs, that want to crawl in the back and the front yards, and yeah, hey, yeah, all day into the night. I cannot talk about them today, okay? So there probably won't be much on my account. Adios.